So this is a bit awkward. This is more of just I guess another diary entry or project entry log. So I just had a pretty bad, I guess, project failure. I shouldn't even call it a failure. It was my own stupidity. But I guess I should give you a bit of context. So I 3D print. I print models and all that stuff. And I was working on this Ray print that I saw. I was like, oh, this looks nice. It's a good, nice print by Save 3D Studios. Looks really good. It was Rei Ayanami from Evangelion. I was like, okay, let me do it. More as a gift to my cousin. She's a really big fan and she really loves Rei. And I did a model for her brother, my other cousin, and it came out fantastic, you know. And if you want to go see it, you can go check it out at Starlight Studios on Instagram. Maybe if I ever post this on YouTube, I'll leave a link to it if you want to go see my other projects. And yeah, this one just from the beginning was a huge, huge failure. I don't know. I guess it was just not meant to be. You know what they say? Because I had a good string of luck. I did a Verso for my friend, a Verso Expedition 33 model for my friend. I think it was by Neko Figurines. Really good print too. Wasn't The print quality isn't that good because I didn't have my because Chitu Box updated and it kind of messed me up with all my settings being changed and me trying to find it back how they were before. But it came out decent, you know. And then I did Anonymous for my cousin, what I was talking about earlier, and it came out fantastic. I loved it. It was great. He was really happy and stuff like that. You know, he was stoked. So I said, you know what? Because I did one for her brother, I'll do one for the sister, right? You know, they're my cousins. I love them. So let me make one for her too. And yeah, that project just ended in complete, utter disaster and failure. So now I'm just kind of sitting here bummed. You know, I cleaned my little studio as I do after every project. And now I just feel empty because I knew I probably should have thrown away. But the thing is that even when it came to like starting the project, there was something wrong. I was printing these pieces, everything was coming out great, but I just something wasn't right. You know, I got some print failures. That was a bummer, but that's expected. That happens a lot. Even with Anonymy, I had a good chunk of failures, but you know they got there in the end. And you know, I sanded it. I filled the gaps. I did everything. I was at the painting process. Did the skin tones, came out fine. Did her bodysuit, painted it. You know, and was it? I did like a primer, the Zenithal, and I did like a cream white. It gave very very nice. But then I got to the face, and this is where I guess I just zoned out because I messed up the face so much, and I tried to cover it with the skin tones again, and it just looked patchy. It didn't look good, and I don't know. I guess I just snapped and I just threw the whole project away. Maybe not my smartest decision. Maybe I should have just, you know, went back to repaint the skin tones. It wouldn't have taken that long. But I feel like this is a necessary step because I have never done this before. Even on the worst of projects, I usually just restart from scrap or I don't just give up, you know? And yeah, only one other project ever made me feel this way. And it's when I had to do like a little statue for my mother. It was of the god Shiva. And I painted it, and I had such a hard time because I was looking at references of what they look like, of what I guess what they look like because they're a deity. So what they look like, and I don't know, I had the hardest time nailing it out. I eventually did it, and if you go check on my Instagram post, you'll see what it looks like. It came out really nice in the end too. But I just completely restarted that project from scrap, and yeah, it came out great the second time. But I just don't feel like doing this with this one. It's strange. I never felt this way before, and maybe that's normal. Maybe just some projects are better to come back at a later time. But yeah, so strange, so strange. And I just feel like I need to talk about it and get my words out there that yeah, I guess this is pretty normal for the creative process. I know I'm not the only one who's ever felt like this. Obviously, anyone who works on projects, whether you're a woodsmith, a bladesmith, or sorry, I guess just a blacksmith at that point, bladesmith. And if you're a blacksmith, you've had these moments, right? So I'm gonna just move on to another project. Was gonna do a Nightwing for my cousin because he asked that, so I'll do that one next, and then maybe I'll come back to this Ray one. Maybe I'll pick a different Ray model. Maybe it's just what. Maybe I thought the model was cool, but I just wasn't feeling it. It happens, you know. It happens. But yeah, I think I'm gonna just move on from this project into another one. Hopefully, it goes well and all that stuff like that. And you know what? Maybe this video will never see the light of day. But if it does, I'll include the links I said. And once again, thank you and everyone for watching.